All right, all right. So we have some big news here in the Honda Element world. So supposedly there's a new Honda Element, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm not much of a live streamer, but let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'll give you guys some insight. So I've been living in my Honda Element for many years, and I think I have some things to share that no one's talked about. So can you guys see my screen? Let's try again. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're in the chat, please let me know if you can see my screen here. Screen is good. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. So you guys are able to see the article that says this quirky Honda is coming back. Just confirm for me if you can. Black. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we'll worry about that screen later, but let's go ahead and talk about this thing. So this morning I woke up to the very interesting news that the new Honda Element was coming out, and there was just article after article after article, and it all started with one article, which I believe was from the Automotive News Network, is where I got it. So let's go ahead and read what it says here. So Honda plans to resurrect the Element, a quirky, compact crossover that gained a cult following for its versatility and unique looks as a hybrid targeting the booming lifestyle and adventure market. So they say 2029, and they're looking for something that's a hybrid, and it's supposed to compete with the Ford Bronco Sport. So I want to know what you guys think about that. Let me know down in the comments. So when I heard this news, I kind of immediately wrote it off. I wasn't convinced because every year there's always another article saying, "Oh, the new Honda Element is coming." You know, they always say that. But then we got some really credible sources like Car and Driver and like Motor Trend and Kelly Blue Book. So it really got me thinking like maybe this is for real. And I think the Honda Element community is kind of split here. Half of us are like, "Oh yeah, this is for sure," and then the other half of us is like, "This is not it." Junked elements. I wonder if used element values will drop. Hmm. I kind of think it would be the opposite, actually. I think the used element prices would go up just because there's more attention to the elements, and then people already love the old Honda element. So the fact that there's a new one coming out, I think it would actually appreciate in the short term, and then maybe longer term, once the new Honda element comes out, then maybe we'll see a dip in prices. Cami, they should bring it back, but skeptical. That's a good point. That is a good point because you never know. They could bring it back and it could be totally not good, and then we'd all be very bummed about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a poll here, and I want to know what you guys think. What kind of doors should the Honda Element have? So let's see. We have clamshell doors. We've got passenger doors. Let's call it standard. Standard. And then we have others. Leave comment. So I went ahead and put a poll, and you guys can go ahead and interact with that poll and let me know what you guys think about the doors. So let's go ahead and check out some of these comments here. Would another random car guy, he asks, would you buy the new one? Me, absolutely. For me, it's just like a business decision at this point. You know what I mean? It's like this little. For me, like it's an absolute yes because I can make so much content out of it. I could talk about the pros, the cons. So yeah, I would actually like to be one of the first people to get their hands on the new Honda Element. So I'm already setting us money aside just in case that happens. Junked elements. It's gonna suck to have to specifically which generation you're talking about. Yeah, what are we gonna call the old generation versus the new gen? The OG or the new one? All right. D Walker. They'd become even more of a classic, kind of like the original Mustang. See, like I like the old Mustangs, but the new ones kind of suck. Just throwing it out there. But then the latest generation of Mustang is not too bad. So same as the old Element. Otherwise, it's not an Element. Okay. Well, I like that. I mean, like they basically just need to take the Honda Element that we all have, know and love, and just recreate it with a better drivetrain system, like better fuel economy. But they need to keep the dimensions, the seats, everything the same. If it's electric with a range extender, hell yes. See, that's the thing is a lot of us are split on that as well. I think some of us are like, oh yeah, we want electric, and some of us are like, no, we definitely want gas or hybrid. Camp Mimi says, I would love to see electric with camp mode. That would be pretty cool. What I would like to see, and I got this idea from Rafi, he's an Element owner, but I would like to see a hybrid Elements with an optional electric battery inside, but only to power things like the air conditioning and the accessories. So that way we keep the drivetrain as it is and the electric is there for like camp mode. I think that's a good, what's the word? Maybe a small electric, like a hybrid. Exactly. It's a hybrid. You know what I mean? If they drop the tailgate, it will be a big disappointment. I agree with you for sure. They got to have the tailgate. All right, real quick, guys, I'm going to try to share my screen again. And you let me know if the screen goes black because then we'll just skip it. All right, so here's my screen. Hopefully that's working. Nope, screen is black. Okay. Okay, so Chris 4144, especially the rear removing seats. Yeah. They they have what they have with the Element is perfect. They don't need to change anything. It's just got to be boom. So, manual transmission, not going to hold my breath though. I doubt a manual transmission. Honestly, a manual transmission in 2026 on a car that already doesn't sell well, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think that will happen, unfortunately. Um, if they drop the tailgate, it'd be a big disappointment. Yeah, we already read that one. It's fresh dough. Hopefully, they don't ruin it like they did the Prelude and the Integra. The Prelude was a flop, man. I really wanted to like the Prelude, but it just did not hit. And the Integra, it's growing on me for sure, but it doesn't have that same nostalgia that the other Integras have, unfortunately. Honda abandoned full electric, thankfully. Did they? If you can post a link or let me know where I can find that article, we could look it up. Alfredo 3136. Thanks you and Miguel. I really like it. My 2003 is under construction for traveling and camping. Alfredo, you are very welcome. Feel free if you like, if you can, leave a super chat for all of the hard work that we do here. Um, Chris, nah, like the new Dodge trucks, full electric with a built-in generator. Oh, interesting. They need to keep all things made the element. There's so many comments coming in. Thank you guys. All right, D Walker 3802. Yes, tweak the internal workings, but maintain the toaster integrity. We love the features and features we love. Exactly. Just update the drivetrain, keep the boxy shape, keep the clamshell doors, keep the tailgate, all of it. 26 people. That's crazy. All right, let's try this. Okay. We lost a stream. I am so sorry about that. We are back. If you guys can confirm that we are indeed back, that'd be awesome. So I just won't share my screen anymore. So the last comment we had was D Walker 3802. Yes, tweak the internal workings, but maintain the toaster integrity and features we love. Exactly. So just keep things the same. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, mic check. Okay, solid. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. So we are back. I cannot share my screen, unfortunately. So, Camp Mai, she left a comment, and it says, it would sell if they kept the price around 30 to 35, but will overprice just like the Passport. Can you guys hear me? No sound. How about now? Any sound? Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, so Mecon735. Thank you, Stephen. Take a bow. No doubt you had a big influence on bringing it back. DJT Pow. Oh, thank you, by the way. We hear you. Bro, I can't believe it's actually you. It's me. Sometimes it goes in and out. Hi from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Just got an '08 SC. An SC in Canada, huh? I wonder how that's working in the snow and everything, you know? The stash is looking good. Thank you so much. So, okay, let me give you my gut. Let me reiterate my thoughts here on the new Honda Element. Matt Cuss, up, bro? Hold up. That's like an OG friend from like middle school. All right, I'll get back to that. So anyway, here's my thoughts on the new Honda Element. Okay, so I think the likelihood of it coming out in 2029 is higher than it is lower. Okay, so I am optimistic at best. Um, when I'm driving down the street, I see people and they just like they wave at me in my Honda Element. Um, it's not because it's me, like the YouTuber. They just like the Honda Element. You know what I mean? Um, I watched a TikTok the other day, and it was this like young woman, and she's like, "Oh, that's my dream car. That's my dream car." And she flips the camera over, and it's pointing to a Honda Element. So I think the popularity of these Honda Elements is continuing to grow. I think people just absolutely love these cars, and everybody who has them has a story associated with it. Um, so I'm really optimistic about all these articles. I'm not sure if they're real. I think maybe someone somewhere made an article and then everybody else just kind of ran with it. Um, I did find one thing super interesting. Okay. So let me show you this. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. So here it is. This is from the Car and Driver article. So, Car and Driver reached out to Honda for comments, and a spokesperson shared this statement. Quote, the Honda Element has maintained a cult following since it was discontinued in 2011 and hopes for a possible return to continue to circulate online. We sincerely appreciate the enthusiasm for the Element, but we are not going to engage in any speculation about our future product plans. So that's direct from Honda, according to Car and Driver. So, what do you guys think about that? I think until I hear something like official from Honda themselves, then I'm still skeptical, right? Do I think we have kind of like the right market conditions for a new Honda Element? I think so. We have things like the new Land Cruiser, they're reviving the Xterra, we have the Ford Bronco Sport, we have the Slate. So we've got all sorts of vehicles that are coming out that are in that off-road sort of vein of things. So I think Honda's in a good spot to like insert themselves at least as far as like their branding is concerned. Like I don't know too much about the financials if Honda's in that kind of position where the finances make sense of that. I'm not too sure about that. I've heard that they've had some financial troubles, but they have the Trail Sport brand, and that's all outdoor focused off-road camping things like the Passport and the Pilots and even the Ridgeline. They have this like off-road brand. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very optimistic. You guys can see I left a poll down there. Let me know what you guys think about clamshell doors, standard doors, or sliding doors. Right now, we've got 74% for clamshell doors, which makes sense. But I would be curious to hear about the people who said sliding doors, what they think. Oh, DJT Pow Tanner. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Dude, that's crazy. I have friends from middle school in my stream right now, which is wild. Um, what's up, guys? Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and respond to some comments here. Okay, Bauer one. Yeah, is this for real this time? Like, will they bring it back to North America? Is it for real this time? Will they bring it back in North America? It's a good question. It's a very good question. I'm really not sure. I think this is the most optimistic I've ever been about a Honda Element being brought back to the United States, but we'll see. And this is from John. A question. Do Honda eliminate guys and girls? And people were away with it. I mean, in Canada, what? What are you talking about, dude? I don't know what you're asking, man. I'm sorry. Zen Fully, KBB and Motor Trend both made articles today. Not that it makes it legit. I know, I know. I saw those articles and I was a little surprised that they came out, especially from them. But I think these days, someone just AI generates an article and then it gets super popular, and the next day it's just old news. People find huge value and love for a used element. Many reasons for that. I don't think people would be enthusiastic at $45,000. Okay, that's a good point. Let's go ahead and talk about the price, because the price of the original Honda Element was the problem, right? The reason why they didn't hit the mark with the demographic they were looking for is because the people who were really going to use the car for like element stuff were priced out. So hopefully Honda learned from that lesson, but there's also just the cost of like manufacturing and stuff like that. So I really don't know about the financials of all of that. But hopefully they learned from the previous Honda Element and they can price it accordingly. I do think if the Honda Element came with like a base model and then like a trail sport model, that would make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a large segment of people who just aren't interested in like off-road camping, all of that stuff. So you want to give something for just the normal consumers. I think they did a really good job with the marketing. Do you guys remember those pet commercials or the animal commercials? So I think they did a really good job with that. So maybe there's a way to revamp it all. What price would you guys buy a Honda Element at? Let me know in the comments. So Andrew, thing is, people to go out and buy these, like the new Honda Trail Sport R Generation XYZ, and the only operating they do is mud paddle, pulling up into the driveway. Yeah, I mean that's just like the majority of people, which I think is the big risk for Honda, right? Because the majority of people are just going to buy a CRV, right? That was what happened with the original Honda Element, is they sold like millions of CRVs and only 300,000 of the Honda Element. So that's what kind of makes them so special. That's what makes them so iconic. Um, but yeah, I think the average Joe would be fine with the CRV. They're like, whatever, it has all-wheel drive and I can take it anywhere. It gets 30 miles per gallon. Sweet. I don't need all this cargo space and stuff. But there is a way to market it. I think if they market it right, like they marketed the Honda Fit, they had all the space in it, or like the whole animal thing. I don't know. Okay, let's see. T-Pow, you popped up on our feed. That's freaking so crazy. You guys are searching my name or something. Shout out Matt and Tanner. Andrew, I bought an '07 Honda Element for 2,200, and so far I've dropped another 8,500. Ooh, I'm glad it's running good, man. T-Pow. True. New car pricing is crazy these days. Yep, it is. Mekon. I'm optimistic as well. I think they bring it back. If it was available in 2020 during the COVID, it could have sold like crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do think you're right. There was like this moment in 2020, 2021 where everyone was like, let's get outside and let's go camping and all this stuff. And there's like that explosion in the van life, you know? Um, so I think it's possible for sure. Haggy Warrior, I pinch. Exactly. The element may sell more if advertised. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think if they like market it to like dog owners, you know, because there's more dog owners than there are off-roaders, or if they market it for like, you know, what would be a good idea? If they market it kind of like Apple markets their products. You know, Apple markets their products for creative people. It's like a high-end creative thing, but they're also targeting just like creative people. So maybe that's the move, right? Like they show some artists like loading up all their gear in the back, you know what I mean? Or maybe there's like someone who's like turned the element into like a studio or something. I think that's the move. And dog owners. I think dog owners would love it. SDN40, 14,884 sold in 2009, 14,247 sold in 2010, and 11,534 sold in 2011. Exactly. Exactly. And SDN40, if you can pull up the CRV numbers, that'd be interesting to look at for the same year. All right, guys, hang tight. I'm going to try to share my screen again. If we go blank, we'll be back. Can you guys see my screen or no? Doesn't look like it. Wait, maybe that did work. All right. You guys have audio, but do you have visual? We see blank. All right. Thanks for that. Wait, it's there now. What? Now I'm getting confusing. Uh, check, check. Can you guys hear me? All right. All right. Hang tight. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. Hold tight. So it should be a car and driver article we're looking at here. All right. I'm going to hang tight. So in the meantime, the car and driver article, Honda Element to return as an affordable hybrid in 2029. Yeah, it doesn't work. What is going on? Can you guys see it now? It's weird, man. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Cool. I'm glad you guys can see it. So I think this was the most credible article that I found. So here it is. The Honda Element could make a comeback, at least according to a new report by Automotive News. Honda killed the once popular SUV in 2011 after years of sliding scales, but a resurgence in off road capable vehicles and a dearth of affordable models are spurring the boxy Element's revival. Car and Driver, we already spread that, but they reached out, and Honda's not going to engage in speculation. Can you guys still chat? Okay, let's go ahead and read some comments here. Um, thanks, Matt Cuh. Um, we got to link up and do some gaming. I guess it's been a long time. All right, Mekon. I feel you, Andrew. I bought my '06 EX for 2,500 to put another 6,500 to it. More money. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are putting good money into these elements, man. Like a lot of money, you know. And I think you get like a good, really good model for like 16 to 20K these days. Um, but I think you can buy like kind of a fixer upper for like 45, 55, and then, after another like 5K into it, you've got a good car. It's not like the good old days when these things were like 3,500 bucks. So if it's hybrid, you better be able to tap into the battery and run the. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's what we need. We need like a battery bank built into the car so you can power like the AC and the fridge and like phones and laptops, and then just leave the engine like a V6 or a hybrid. I think that's the move. All right, so let's talk about these doors for a moment because 28% are saying they would go for the doors, which is higher than I expected, honestly. So if that was you and you voted sliding doors, leave a comment and let us know why you think sliding doors over clamshell doors. I'm definitely a clamshell door camp, but I would be very curious to know why people think sliding doors. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at another article here. I think all these articles have so many ads. It's like causing my stream to lag. So let's take a look at these comments here. Me Khan, gotta have the clamshell doors. I agree. See Honda, vamos for inspiration. Vamos. The Element wasn't a family car. First time around. Seating for four and clamshell doors were the reason. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's a family car, maybe a super small family, but I you know, people in Japan make it work with really small cars, but I guess they don't have a lot of kids in Japan, so um I like the way you can form four-sided privacy shield with the clamshell doors. Yeah, exactly. So like if you're changing in between the two doors, that's always super nice. So I'm definitely agreeing with you there. Would be nice to be able to open the back doors without having to open the front. Yeah, yeah. I get that. I get that. But for the trade-off of having the clamshell doors, I'd be okay with it. 30% sliding. That's so crazy. So crazy. All right, who's going to be the first one to drop a super chat? That'd be awesome. Or you could buy a membership for somebody. Even better. Memberships are only like $5. Jason BB by B. Planned obsolescence. Obsolescence. I know the word obsolescence. Anyway, in modern vehicles. Yeah, exactly. So they're just planned to be tossed after a few years. Um, and I wonder if that's the case even with our Honda Element. But we just kind of fix them up over and over again. Obsolescence, that's the word. I don't know if you can get the boxy height with sliding doors. Their interior height is priceless. Yeah, exactly. So it's like the interior height is really what makes the Honda Element like so special. There's nothing has that. All right, I'm going to try something here, guys. Hopefully it doesn't kick us off. So we're looking at a Reddit post here. Um, can you guys see the Reddit post still? Yep. Okay, sick. I think I know how to make it work. So this is from gullible-pick 268. It just looks like the car and driver article. So Honda plans to resurrect the Element, a quirky compact crossover that gained a cult following for its versatility and unique looks. As a hybrid targeting the booming lifestyle and adventure market, we already read that part. The plant will serve as a sole global production hub, with Honda targeting nearly 100,000 vehicles in the first year full output. The move aligns with Honda's push to expand its hybrid portfolio and adventure-oriented lineup in North America. Positioned between subcompact HR-V and the compact CRV, the revived Element is expected to appeal to younger buyers and urban adventurers. Auto Forecast Solutions Vice President Sam, I'm going to ruin that name, Ferrani, said a more cargo-centric crossover distinct from the family-focused CRV could successfully capture millennials and Gen Z adventure seekers. Honda must nail the formula of styling, utility, and price. Yep, that's super true. For the Element to succeed, Ferrani said it must be a true four-door vehicle with easy rear access while retaining the boxy. I agree with this guy. And a strong utility that enthusiasts love. It can't be priced much more than a CRV. And Ferrari pointed to Ford's experience with the Bronco Sport as a good template. Ford found a way to expand its reach in the segment with the Bronco Sport. I wonder how well the Bronco Sport sells. I should look that up. JB writes, "Are you going to the Torrance meets?" Great question. Yeah, I plan to be back. So I'm hopefully going to the PNW, and if that goes well, then I'll be back in time for the Torrance meets. Plus, the elements are on the poster, so we got to be there. Will you be there? Honda and van doors. Yeah, okay. So I need to look this up here real quick. Honda and van doors. Oh, look at that. I like that actually. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Right back. I need some water, y'all. We back. We back. Okay. So, Horse Lover 6876 said, hopefully something similar to the Honda and van doors. And I've actually never seen the Honda N van, but look at that. That's what's up. That's cool. I can get on board with this. I like this. So I think as long as there's no B pillar, that's huge. I definitely prefer the tailgate over this. But these sliding doors, I think I could get on board. I would still prefer clamshell doors, to be clear. I would still prefer it. But not bad. Let's see if we can take a look at some more pictures or something. Um, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. I don't think I can. Should I play a YouTube video? I'm not going to risk it just in case the stream dies. Oh, no freaking way. Look at that. That's very cool, you guys. Very, very cool. But still, I like the tailgate and I like the clamshell doors better, honestly. Okay, so Juan, the only one. Of all the element builds I've seen, rust wasn't a big problem, is it? Yeah, actually, rust is a pretty big problem on the Honda Elements, especially in the rear quarter panel. There's a lot of rust issues, and they actually did a recall, as a matter of fact. So let's see, Zenfully. If they could keep the internal dimensions exactly the same, except a few inches longer, and so that the fifth element components could fit to the new. Yeah, you're dreaming, bro. I mean, that would be so cool if they were able to keep the exact dimensions as the old Honda element. I think that's a pipe dream, but we can dream. Why not? So, yeah, let's see. I got something to show you guys. Hold tight. Where the heck is it? If the Honda could make a new Honda Element 2 feet longer and 2 feet wider, I would buy two brand new on the spot. No, we don't need it bigger. We don't need it bigger, bro. Get a Sprinter. That's my view. You know what I mean? Okay, so the Honda end doors look nice. They do look nice. I like it a lot. Should it be more off-road ready? I think if they introduce like a trail sport model, and then from there, like you can customize it yourself, I think that'd be dope. Mecon. Maybe to increase sales, Honda could make a basic model marketed to contractors and delivery people. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a solid idea, actually. Okay. So let's see. Maybe to increase sales. Yeah. It better not be too different from the original or else it would fail. You're right. You're right. Broncos sold 146,000 in 2025. It looks like it'd just be the sliding door. Stephanie Duh with the $1 donation. What's up? Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big W's for Stephanie. All right, let's take a look at some more Honda N. That looks cool, man. That looks really cool. Yeah, the Slate truck. So there's been a lot of news about this thing recently. So they just announced the price, $24.99 for the Slate truck. And I think what's really cool about the Slate truck is that you can just like do a vinyl wrap. Let's do with wrap. Let's see if we can go onto the actual Slate. Yeah. So basically with the Slate truck is you can just do a wrap, you know? So the basic is $4.99 and then the specialty is $6.99. And you can kind of choose whatever sort of color you want, but then you can also add in like a business wrap, you know? So that would be really cool if they could do something like this for the Honda Element, you know? So like you can imagine, you know, you pick your Honda Element, you can do the wrap from the factory and then market it for your business. That'd be cool. Very, very cool. The new N van is the new Vamos. It's pretty cool. Zen Fully with the $5.55 donation. Bro, thank you so freaking much. Do we also consider the rear hatch, rear tailgates as a clamshell? I would also love it if they redesign the upper hatch to shed water away. Everyone type W for the donation. Thank you, Zen Fully. Great question, by the way. So yes, I do believe the correct term for the tailgate is clamshell, and the correct term for the side doors is suicide doors. So I just avoided saying that word because YouTube doesn't like me saying that word. But yeah, that would be killer. I'll tell Honda right away. Thank you, Zen Fully. Really appreciate it, man. Okay, so let's see what other articles we got going on over here. All right, so let's look up the. Let's look up the N van because I really think this thing is really cool here.
And things like that. Well, these two might be you in car form. And I say it might be because crazy cars like these two often have many questions surrounding them. So how about we answer those questions? Okay, so first up,
I'm just curious. Can you guys hear that? I think you can. Okay, so this is the N van here. Let's take a look and see what this guy.
assuming that I would feel super claustrophobic cars this. It feels so spacious. The windscreen is so far away, and the roof height, it feels like the roof's about a meter above my head. So it honestly, it feels so much larger than what you're expecting inside. Design-wise in here, excellent.
Oh, I thought this was a Honda, but this is a Suzuki. I wonder if it's like a collaboration. Let's see if we can find something different here. JDM Honda N van. Oh, it's electric. That's so crazy. All right, let's take a look. I think I found something. Zenfully, I wonder if the N box could be allowed in the States. I remember hearing something about President Trump like allowing K cars to be made in the States or at least imported. I remember seeing an article about that. The step wagon is similar to the Element, but with a little less ground clearance, but with more storage value. I don't think the N box is quite old enough, but soon. Yeah, that's right. They have like the 25-year sort of thing. Pretty soon, I think the Honda Element should be able to be imported. Let's take a look here. Let's see this N van. All right, let's take a look at this thing.
75 centimeters tall. Sitting behind my own driving position, it's tight. But sitting behind the passenger seat, it's comfortable. The thin seat design really helps. There are also clever storage pockets with zippers and straps. The rear windows pop open for ventilation. And look at this. The huge side opening thanks to the the thin seat sitting
the screen
or two seats. For reference, I am 175 centimeters tall. Sitting behind my own driving position, it's tight. But sitting behind the passenger seat, it's comfortable. The thin seat design really helps. There are also clever storage pockets with zippers and straps. The rear windows pop open for ventilation. And look at this. The huge side opening.
Look at that. That is freaking cool. That is freaking so cool. Look at that. I mean, like the rear seats are obviously like not comfortable and they're there for like short trips, you know? But man, look at that no B pillar, all that storage space. Again, like I said before, I think I'd still prefer the clamshell doors. But the fact that Honda has this out there already, it makes me very curious if that's what they're going to do for the new Honda Element.
Thanks to the pillarless design. Loading and unloading is
we'll look at the space station next.
extremely easy. Now, the luggage space. The opening is very tall. I can stand here without hitting my head. The floor is very low, making heavy loading easier on your back. Let's fold the seats. Remove the headrests, fold them down, and look at this. Completely flat, no steps, no gaps. The seat cushions slide down and disappear, creating a perfectly flat surface. Honestly, you could almost move house with this space. The height is incredible. I can crouch inside and move around without hitting my head.
Okay, that's super interesting. I wonder what you guys think about that. Hang tight. I have to plug my laptop in or else we're going to die. So hang out. Battery bank. Okay. Plug that in. Whew. Okay. Have you seen the Honda base station? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
This is an amazing, you can find my, it's incredible. I can cushion slide down and disappear.
So, Mi Khan, Honda should bring you in to help design the new Element. That'd be sweet. I would really like that. Indiana Smith, 370,000 miles on my 2010 so far. Dang. The original engine, original transmission. That's crazy. So, yeah, the end van is pretty cool. So we're gonna look at the space station now. Step wagon. Let's look up the step wagon, and then we'll look up the space station. I don't know if you or not, there's a column on the far side. Column on the far side. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at the step wagon from Honda. Whoa. Did you guys see that? That was crazy. Hold up. Let's go back. A half door? And then these big hatches are kind of growing on me. That's cool. That probably says you can either open it one way or the other way. So they're obviously marketing this towards families. So it's probably saying like, why would you choose this over a minivan? All right, let's see what this is in American here. Hold on. The rear hatch door is so cool. Gee, what if the side door had the same multifunction as rear hatch idea? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the width is 45 inches. The height is 50 inches. And the load height is 17.5 inches. Yeah, I mean, if they're already doing this with the step wagon, it would just make sense, you know? The all-electric have nice low floors, but it only means front-wheel drive. I mean, that could be true, but also I think you can do all-wheel drive with electric. Let's continue. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. Like, see if we could find like a step wagon camper. I don't know if I can find anything. If you guys find anything, let me know. If the end van is a key, it's only 11 feet long or so. Yeah, the Element's not that much longer. I just saw a Tacoma commercial with an OEM rooftop tent. Really? Tacoma with a rooftop tent? Really? That's crazy. I can't find it. Let me see. Yeah, I can't find it, but if you find it, let me know. I'll take a look. But the step wagon's freaking cool. Let's try something else here. It's another step wagon. So the Honda Step Wagon, I'm going to get canceled for that, is a minivan produced by Honda since 1996. In contrast to the Odyssey and also the Stream, it's a taller, more upright greenhouse. I've seen some of the older models in real life, 1995, 1996. Pretty cool. The 5th generation from 2015. So these things have been around forever. They just don't have them in the US. That's pretty cool. Definitely doesn't look as good as a Honda Element, that's for sure. It's like a squished Honda Odyssey. I don't love it, but I do like the doors. Bronco Sport and the Element are very similar in size, only a few inches apart. Yeah, I've parked next to a bunch of them, and I'm like, that's the exact same thing almost, you know? That could be a good comparison video too, actually. Let's see if we could look up I mean, I think these guys look pretty cool, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't mind driving one, but I just would be concerned about reliability compared to like a Honda, you know what I mean? So let's go into the cesspool, which is known as the Honda Element Owners Group on Facebook, because we're gonna get some comments here for sure. This article got posted like a bazillion times already. Let's take a look here. So this was 10 hours ago. Dave J posted this. Honda plans to resurrect the Element in a quirky, compact crossover that gained a cult following for its versatility and unique looks as a hybrid targeting the booming lifestyle adventure market. Yeah. We already know that. So let's see what people are saying here. Mike, they got to do something. People are starting to get bored of the cookie cutter SUV crossovers. I agree. With the kill switch, no thanks. Okay. Mark, it won't be the same. The reason we love the Element is sadly also the reason people bought the CRV. Honda sold 4 to 5 more CRVs versus the Elements when they competed with each other. The S doors and cargo optimized rear space was not loved by people wanting the convenience of rear doors and the space to took up. Some financial person will see that design, and then the new version will be more family friendly. And then Jason posts what Car and Driver said, that Honda won't make a comment about it and speculate. Jeff is shocked because it's a legit news source. Chuck, I will not be buying a hybrid. Okay, don't do it, dude. Stephanie, if they ever do make a Honda Element, you know it won't be as good as the originals. That's a pretty strong point there. I agree. Let's see. Rafi? What do they mean? Oh gosh, that was crazy. Oh man. I didn't mean to click on that. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Oh man. If you want me to talk about it, I will, but let's just skip over that. So awesome, but it won't be the same. Modern tech cars are whimsy. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer. So I'm going to put up another poll here. Let's take a look and see what you guys think. I have some questions written down for you, so hold tight. Okay, so I'm going to make a poll here, and we're going to talk about the tailgate. So we're going to have clamshell with the tailgate. We have the lift like the step wagon. And then we're just going to have a normal, like, no, we'll just do those two options. So let me know which of the two you guys would prefer. And for reference, let's do this. So I'm going to put up this image here so you guys can see. So if you look at this image here, you can see the blue car, and this is the lift gate, but then it also has the split door if you look to the left, the white car. So what kind of tailgate would you guys like? Would you like the lift gate with the split or just the clamshell? UPS guys here, hold up. Game over if they make it manual. Yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, but it'll be dope for sure. 17 inches isn't too bad. That's what she said. Full gate lift. Recent data shows that new cars are not affordable. Hopefully Honda comes out with something under 40K. Yeah, it's crazy to think like, oh yeah, 40K. That's reasonable these days, you know? Maybe we can take another look at whoops. So far the poll, 86% tailgate, 14% like a step wagon. Oh, 78%. We're going to end the poll in 1 minute, so put your votes in now. Also, another opportunity, you can do a super chat to show your support. 80% with the clamshell. I don't know. I think both are cool. I like sitting on my tailgate, if I'm honest. So I'm going to go to clamshell tailgate, but I wouldn't be too mad if they did the other version. Bronco Sport is nice. I would definitely drive one, but he wants to stealth camp in it. You could stealth camp in a Bronco. All right, 20 seconds left on the poll. Get it in. And the results of the poll. Here we go. 82% clamshell and 18% step wagon. So pretty good, I would say. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for now. Unless you have any questions for me, you can leave them real quick. I'll take a quick moment to just thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel. It's always super fun to make videos for you guys. And if you want to see more content, please check out our channel membership so you can get exclusive access to members-only videos. We'll give this another minute or so if you guys have any questions for me before we go. And thank you to the donators today. Stephanie, thank you. Zenfully, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. You're welcome. JKMKEPHX Phoenix, you're welcome. Juan, the only one. I would like a third option, tailgate, liftgate. That's pretty good, actually. Rivian R1S is 93K, Bronco Sport is 38K. Always exciting content. Peace out, Steven. You're welcome, my dude. Anytime. All right, guys, take care. See you next time. Bye.